Hi guys, Paul here from PA Brew News. Now, no idea how the old feed looks, but rainy, crappy day outside, so it might be kind of bad. There is a shadow from the tripod that I have set up on the face, right about here, right there. So that's not good. Other than that, again, no idea exactly how. No idea exactly how the stream looks. Let me just try to. I actually have a real tripod hooked up right now. Adam's here. Oof. Afternoon, good Adam. Shade you. Oh, a little potatoy, but not terrible. So it's a little muddled. So I notice when I'm on other people's streams, it's a little bit nicer than when I'm on just streaming myself on YouTube for some reason. I don't know what that is, but as long as it's functional, that's all that matters. And I did put up some extra stuff back here, so you'll see that on the reviews later, any later videos. But right now we have the double naked fish. All right. But it's only at 7.6 alcohol by volume, and that's just not an Imperial. No, it's not. And this is from DuClaw from Baltimore, Maryland. But what they say here is with double the raspberry and double chocolate flavor of naked fish stout. And that's why they classify it a double. That's fine. You can call it double naked fish. That's fine. But don't call it Imperial chocolate raspberry stout because it's not Imperial at 7.6. So go fuck yourself. And this is from 2015. So I probably said that same rant about 6 years ago. It's been down in the dungeon, probably not very well taken care of, the whole deal. So we're just gonna see what happens here. See if it doesn't blow up or anything. A little carbonation. Adam is not raspberry, but cherry. I'm not a huge fruited stout guy, so that's also my boo-boo too. I remember I bought this case for a stupid amount of money, like ridiculously low amount of money though too. So up to the light, a couple caramel hues at the pinnacle of the glass. Nothing too crazy here. Now I would like to see a little bit of change happen to this in a positive way. I know it's going to be a bit thin because I've had it before. And it's been aged for a while, so it's going to take in residual sugars, so it's not going to be the sweetest thing in the world either. But let's check it out. Cheers. Still got tons of raspberry. Not saying it's going to be like the best, how do you say, organic or, traditional. It might be extract or whatever. But let's see. Monster my lay to obsession be what? Yeah, it's just a bunch of gibberish. Okay. All right. Here we go. Tons of raspberry on the nose. All you can really smell is raspberry. Little roasty toast, but mostly raspberry. Cheers. It's really boring. I mean, there's a lot of raspberry. I mean, it's shit tons of raspberry. Little nuances of roasty toasty, kind of charriness on the back of the palate. Almost like just like when you get done eating some like a real strong cacao baker's chocolate or dark chocolate, that kind of earthiness, charriness, chocolate that kind of roast that sits on the back of your palate. I'm appreciating this more now than I did then because I already know coming into this that it's going to be lackluster, this and this. I think it's one of those kind of characteristics. Um, well, after 6 years, the raspberry hasn't dropped at all. It's actually very bombastic, which is telling me that it's not really real raspberry. It's probably just an extract that they put in here, which, is another thing that I always consider a little deterring. Actually, I put it over there. I said I have another light. I probably put another light on here so that thing's not in the face, that shadow. Shut up. Shut up. So the shadow's not my face, but um, this is an easy drinking beer. It actually tastes basically like I would actually say because the fruit, the kind of raspberry aspect, kind of wafting around the palate, like a nice black ale, or maybe even like a really dark mild, but not nowhere near as savory. Yeah. So I have a couple beers downstairs now that I can drink without getting super pissed off because you have to just take your mind away from the fact that it's an imperial stout. It's supposed to be this big chocolate imperial stout. It's not. Double double naked fish is a very low key, less than it almost tastes like a base, a soft base beer of a dry Irish stout with the raspberries, fresh. And now it's got a little bit more of a characteristic of black ale almost. So it has changed just a tiny little bit, but it's super carbonated, and it's not as carbonated now, which I think is a big help because it was super carbonated before. Not explosive, but just overcarbonated. Overcarbonated, really thin, those kind of things when it was fresh. Now it's smoother. The carbonation has died down a little bit. That raspberry is still there to give you a little bit of flavor compounds, but it does taste extracty, a little roasty toasty on the palate. Again, it just drinks like like a more old black ale kind of thing. I'm gonna throw it probably in the sixth category. I don't actually hate it as much as I did before. Uh, do not expect it. I mean, look at the thing, 7.6. You already know you're not going to get a good imperial stout. So, I mean, it is not imperial stout. It's just mislabeled, misidentified, misappropriation of terminology, that kind of thing. With double the raspberry and dark chocolate flavors of naked fish, I've never had naked fish, and a dry chocolate finish, catching the flavors, flavorful monster may lead to obsession, but never warn. But be warned, you may need a bigger glass. It's not a big beer at all. It never was a big beer. It's just kind of ridiculous. Well, at least DuClaw does make some pretty good stuff now, but this was really in 2015. This was a real big bad beer that for me. I was really taken not happy with it at all. I actually threw the whole technically I don't know. I've never seen a clothed fish, fish with like a nice cummerbund on it or anything like that, nipple tassels. The fish don't have nipples. But the I put the case down, like, so I have almost the whole case downstairs. So I put this case just right downstairs and I just forgot about it. I hated it that much at the time that I completely forgot about it. So now I have probably 20 beers downstairs just that are perfectly adequate. You know what I mean? They're not great, but if I am on a hangout or whatever, I could probably pull a couple of these up. And it's better to have this just because I guess not so much now, but because how sharp that raspberry is, was not as much now. Now it's more that raspberry that you taste after you eat like a fruited cereal, that kind of extract raspberry flavor that's in the palate. I remember with that carbonation and that raspberry being so prominent, it almost it was very abrasive. That room temperature, it was very abrasive. So I didn't even try to cool it down because I don't drink cold beer anyway. It was just so like I remember a couple of years ago I brought one up and I tried it and it was just you know what I mean. So now it's kind of weird. 3 years later, or the 6 year period, it's become approachable. It's become drinkable. Let's see. Hoping to do a hangout Friday. Have a lot of Imperial Stouts and Belgian classics that need drinkings. I'm off Saturday. So if you want to do a hangout Saturday, I'm off. No children, just me at the house Saturday. So I can do one then. I have work Friday night. So I have work Friday night, but I'll be off Saturday. I do have, I got to get with Thomas from Windows Beer Reviews to see if we are doing a little post like interview hangout Friday before I go to work. I know Harry said he was going to do one with him too, so I don't know if Harry's going to do one instead, but blah, blah, blah. All that kind of happy horse shit I got to figure out. I actually got to message Thomas to see what's going on. But I mean, I'll give this one a 6 now. At 2015, 15 vintage now, I'll give it a 6. I'm actually not minding it at all. Would Friday night here not be your Saturday? No. Um, I work 6 p.m. Friday to 6 a.m. Saturday. So your Friday night, I actually have to go to work. That's Friday night. So Peter has done one. The personal questions were hilarious. Oh, I loved it. I really like Jonathan Brown's too. I watched Peter's and I watched Jonathan Brown's, and I watched a couple other people that I don't know, but I did watch a bit of it and stuff like that. He did a couple of brewers and stuff, but the one with Peter was great, and I really enjoyed the one with Jonathan that he just did too. So it was really cool. Thomas definitely does not have enough summers. Neither do I. Neither does Adam. Neither does this. Neither does any of us. But at the same time, he definitely deserves more because he's really being, how do you say, interactive with the brewing community as a whole, especially in Ireland and stuff like that. So he needs, you know what I mean. That really should cultivate more, and he definitely deserves more summers. But see, that's why I'm kind of like passive aggressive when it comes to interacting with the brewing community and stuff like that. And it's just those rare exceptions up there. You need less subscribers, goddamn right. You know what I mean? But when I go up to see, I've seen so many people, so I guess I really can't say that I'm not interactive with the brew community. But at the time, I guess I am like hermit in the woods mentality, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I'm not doing live. I'm not doing. I used to. I did a couple back in the day, but and I'm not going to breweries all the time and touring breweries and taking pictures and doing all this crap. And yeah, I'm not doing that. So, I mean, he's better at that than I am. But I actually, if I had better internet, maybe we could do more like interviews and stuff. Because Maniacs Meet would be really cool if I could get like some directors on and stuff and actually have like a talk about their film and blah, blah, blah. That'd be actually really super cool. But I think I'd need better internet for that. But as you said, this is potatoy but functioning, and that's fine by me. I that's fine for what we're doing right now because I'm just bored. I got work tonight, so and I don't have work till about 6 o'clock, so it's definitely time. It's just got the kids to school, so hanging out here, gonna sip on this for a little bit. Was hanging out with Harry, and that we both enjoyed that the pub quiz today was really fun. So definitely do more pub quizzes. So that was good times. And you should actually host a pub quiz. That would be cool. I really like that. That was fun. And I kicked his ass in his own from his own place. Yeah. And Revolution pissed me off because that's something that people just don't get and don't do. But it's the highest rated thing. Fuck you. Whatever. It's good times. You weren't in part of the pub quiz, so you don't know what we're talking about. But anyway, so the double naked fish, the age variant that I have right now is very approachable. Yeah, 6 out of 10. I have no problem with it. Some people would call it maybe a 5. But it is a nice raspberry tonality to it still. I like the fact that nothing's abrasive because there was so many abrasive elements to this beer when I first had it. One, it was a letdown because how thin it was. It wasn't Imperial, blah, blah, blah. You were chocolate. You really didn't get any chocolate. It was dark chocolate. But now there's so little abrasive attributes to this beer too that it's just so much more enjoyable to drink. And that's why I'm okay with giving it a 6 because I've never really taken a whole case of beer and just threw it away before. And I didn't throw it away, obviously, but I put it in the dungeon and I said, I'm just going to forget you're here. You know what I mean? It was one of those kind of things. So actually, a little happy surprise. I pulled this thing up 6 years later, and I find it very, very drinkable. So that's nice. So anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Thank you, Adam, for commenting and joining me on this one. And I'll see you guys next time on PABrewNews. That's me. That's who I am. Watch that finger. Here it comes. Bye-bye. Cheers.